year, McDonald's made $10 billion in rent, not from burgers, from rent. That's more money than it made selling burgers at every restaurant it owns. The burger place makes more money as a landlord than as a cook. How? Most people think McDonald's is a burger company. You buy a Big Mac, they make a few bucks, do it a billion times, but that's not where the money comes from. Not even close. Think of McDonald's like the guy who owns the mall. He doesn't sell the shoes, he doesn't sell the pretzels, he owns the building. And every store inside pays him rent. He doesn't care what they sell, he just collects the check. That's McDonald's. The burgers are the store. McDonald's owns the mall. Here's the trick most people never see. McDonald's has about 45,000 restaurants, but it barely owns any of them. About 95% are owned by other people. We call them franchisees. A franchisee pays to use the name. But here's the real part. McDonald's owns the land under the restaurant, and it rents that land back to the owner. So you don't just buy into McDonald's, you become its tenant. You flip the burgers, you take the risk, and every month you pay McDonald's rent. They found something better than selling burgers. They sell the dirt the burgers sit on. This wasn't an accident. Back in the 1950s, McDonald's was almost broke. Selling burgers barely paid the bills. Then a money man named Harry Sonneborn had an idea. He told the founder to stop thinking about burgers and start buying the land. He said it plain. You're not in the burger business, you're in the real estate business. That one idea saved the company, and it's still how they win today. Now watch the money. When McDonald's runs a restaurant itself, it keeps about 15 cents of every dollar. Food costs money, workers cost money. It's a lot of work for a little bit. But when a franchisee runs it and pays rent, McDonald's keeps about 84 cents of every dollar. Same dollar. Almost 6 times the profit. One side you cook all day for 15 cents. The other side you just cash the rent check for 84. That gap is the whole business. Here's what's really going on behind the curtain. Last year, McDonald's collected $16 billion from franchisees. $10 billion of that was rent. Only $6 billion was fees for using the name. Rent is the biggest number in the whole company. And the rent is smart. It goes up when the store sells more. So when your restaurant has a busy day, McDonald's rent check gets bigger too. Nobody talks about this because the sign says burgers, not landlord. But the money says landlord. So how does the rent actually work? It's sneaky smart. McDonald's picks a good corner. It buys or leases the land. Then it leases that same land to the franchisee for more than it pays. That markup is pure profit, and the deal is long. Most owners sign up for 20 years. The rent is set as a flat amount or a slice of the store's sales, whichever is bigger. So a busy store pays even more. You do all the work. McDonald's owns the ground and takes its cut for 20 years. Want to feel how big that rent really is? McDonald's made $10.4 billion in rent last year. Now take KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut. Add up everything all three of them made. That's about $8 billion. McDonald's makes more, just from rent, than 3 giant chains make selling all their food. Let that sink in. Here's the wildest part. Add up every burger McDonald's sells in the stores it runs itself. That's about $9.5 billion a year. The rent alone, $10.4 billion. So the rent check beats the burgers inside its own company. The landlord out-earns the cook. So if this is so smart, why doesn't every company do it? Because it costs a fortune, and it takes forever. To be the landlord, you need to buy the land first. That's billions of dollars sitting in dirt. And nobody pays you rent for an empty lot. First, you need a brand so strong that people line up. That took McDonald's 70 years. Most companies don't have the money or the patience. Here's the real lesson. The big money isn't always in the thing you sell. Sometimes it's in owning what everyone else needs to use. And once you see this trick, you see it everywhere. The game console sold at a loss so they can sell you games for years. The cheap printer that soaks you on ink. The gym that wants you to sign up and never show up. So next time a company sells you something cheap, ask one simple question. Where's the rent? Find that, and you understand how the whole business really makes money. So McDonald's made $10 billion in rent last year, more than it made cooking every burger in every store it owns. Next time you see those golden arches, don't think restaurant. Think landlord, with a really good tenant.